The oxygen sensor needs to be replaced annually or when the oxygen sensor calibration fails. To replace the oxygen sensor, ensure mags is off. Use a step ladder to access the oxygen sensor located on top of the separator tank. Note the length of pipe protruding from the unit so it can be reinstalled at the same distance. Use an adjustable wrench to loosen the compression nut securing the control box and sensor to the separator tank. Pull the sensor straight out of the compression fitting, taking care not to damage the sensor, control box, or snap off the porous protection cap at the tip. With the flathead screwdriver, loosen the 4 screws securing the control box cover and remove the cover with screws attached. Disconnect the M12 power connector from the control board and place the control box and sensor on a working table to facilitate removing the sensor from the board. Be aware that the sensor tip can be up to 400 degrees Celsius. Do not touch the tip and ensure the tip does not come into contact with anything during the procedure. If the sensor is too hot, wait for it to cool down before replacing. Disconnect the sensor's wire-to-board connect from the control board by gently pulling the connector straight out of the control board. Note the color sequence of the 5 wires: red, black, blue, yellow, yellow. Then, using a flat screwdriver, disconnect the 5 wires from the connector. Loosen the cable gland to slide the oxygen sensor and cables out of the control box. Feed the cables from the new oxygen sensor into the control box. Tighten the sensor mounting gland to fix the sensor in place. Connect the 5 wires in the same order back to the wire-to-board connector: red, black, blue, yellow, yellow. The yellow wires are interchangeable. Position the wires in the control box to ensure they are not crushed or pinched when the cover is replaced. Reconnect the M12 power cable. Position the sensor so the tip is in free air and does not come into contact with anything. Allow 5 minutes for the oxygen sensor to warm up. It will become very hot. Calibrate the sensor while it is in free air as described in oxygen sensor calibration. Go to the HMI screen and verify oxygen reading AT702 on the overview page. The value should be 20.2 to 21.2 when the sensor is in open air. If the sensor reading is accurate, replace the control box cover and reinstall the sensor. The sensor must be recessed so the tip of the sensor is not directly in the flow of the exhaust gases. Tighten the compression fitting by hand, and then use a wrench to tighten 90 degrees. Do not over-tighten the fitting. Clear any alarms present on the HMI display. If the reading is incorrect, verify wiring of the sensor and recalibrate. If calibration fails a second time, contact Terragon support.